Reincarnation of the Strongest Sword God, Chapter 6. Stunning Skills. The instant the cooldown ended, Shai Feng's body leaned forward, his legs bent, just like a leopard. He dashed away from the starting line with explosive force. Shoo! By the time the muskets started ringing and shooting toward the starting line, Shai Feng was already 3 yards away. Subsequently, another volley of muskets shot out. A total of 6 bullets shot toward Shai Feng's path. Several green lines indicating the trajectory of the bullets covered Shai Feng's body. Shai Feng would become a scythe if his reactions were not keen. Just as the bullets were about to hit, Shai Feng dodged to the right with a sidestep. He rushed forward once more after avoiding the second volley of shots. Bullet castings fell to the ground consistently as the 3 gnomes continued to aim and shoot. However, Shai Feng avoided them with the vigor of a leopard every single time. The way he stayed a step ahead of the bullets made it seem as if he had control over them. It can't be. He's already at the 10-yard mark. Seeing Shai Feng taking less than 5 seconds to reach the 10-yard mark, the male cleric couldn't help but be shocked. It was only after half of Stabbing Heart's time, Stabbing Heart became speechless by the sight. He silently watched Shai Feng's advance. He had originally thought Shai Feng as a fresh noob, someone he didn't know of, and someone that came to the challenge race for fun. Yet the speed and accuracy Shai Feng had just displayed were that of a veteran who had tempered himself for countless years on the challenge race. Every move of his was straightforward and efficient, something a rookie definitely couldn't pull off. Even Stabbing Heart himself, after going through the challenge several times, felt he couldn't do any better. Stabbing Heart had the pride of an expert. He didn't think Shai Feng could be stronger than he was. He explained, "With such nimbleness, maybe this rookie is an athlete or someone who trained in martial arts. However, the gnomes will change their attack patterns after he goes past 15 yards. He won't be able to hold it by that time." "You're right, boss. If it was someone that isn't known to our Assassin's Alliance, he definitely isn't an expert. He'll surely be shocked once he reaches 15 yards. Then he'll turn into a beehive." "Right. After 15 yards, the number of bullets fired will be 12. The target would also no longer be focused on the player himself. Instead, just cover a wide area. Dodging to either side won't be an option." The other members of the Assassin's Alliance voiced their agreements. They too had already witnessed such a scene before, 7 to 8 times at that. Stabbing Heart passed 15 yards at the first challenge. In the subsequent challenges, however, his furthest distance was 20 yards. The difficulty after 15 yards was clear to behold. "He went past 15 yards," an Assassin's Alliance member commented. Stabbing Heart and the others quickly focused their sights on Shai Feng, wanting to see Shai Feng's performance. On the field, the 3 gnomes became enraged once Shai Feng stepped past the 15-yard line. They no longer aimed as they fired their muskets in wild abandon. Suddenly, the bullet's trajectory indicators within Shai Feng's sight covered a large area. There were only 3 bullets that could hit Shai Feng. However, it was game over if even a single bullet hit his mark. "Finally showing your shameless behavior, eh?" Shai Feng revealed an indifferent smile. Unsheathing his novice sword, Shai Feng used it to greet the bullets. In his previous life, Shai Feng was always busy with work and leveling up as the captain of Shadow. He had no time to play the challenge race. However, he had seen it quite a few times, so he still had a clear understanding of the challenge race. He knew the gnomes would change their attack patterns after the 15-yard line. The 15-yard distance to the Black Market challenge race was a bar that tested a player's operating skills. Only those who had passed it could be considered an entry-level operating skills. However, a majority of the players required 2 to 3 months before being able to reach this level. A minority took a month. There were only a scant few experts capable of passing it in one try. Stabbing Heart was one of these few experts. 3 bullets were about to hit Shai Feng's head, chest, and arms, 3 locations. As expected, this kid's no good. The bullets are too numerous to spread out. He's already forgotten to dodge them. He's even dashing ahead like an idiot. Stabbing Heart knew it was foolishness when he saw Shai Feng rushing toward the bullets. Did he think the challenge would continue if he was shot by just 1 or 2 bullets? Right at this moment, Shai Feng's head shifted. He waved a novice sword, creating a white streak of light. Pang! A spark was created. Shai Feng had waved the novice sword at just the right spot, effortlessly hitting the bullet that aimed at his chest. The threat of 3 bullets was simply resolved by Shai Feng. He had, once more, advanced another section of the distance. Yet the three gnomes did not stop firing. The muskets in their hands were like machine guns, firing volley after volley of bullets. Within an instant, Shai Feng faced off with another 5 bullets. There were also bullets all around that prevented him from dodging. Dang, dang, dang! Shai Feng quickly moved his body while waving his sword to deflect the unavoidable bullets. As the bullets passed by his body, his ears could even hear the air being split. Only 3 seconds went by and Shai Feng had passed the 20-yard mark. He was only 10 yards away from the finishing point. Crap, boss! Who is this kid? He actually used his sword to block the bullets. The male cleric widened his eyes in surprise. Shai Feng had given him an increasing sense of shock. Although the bullet's trajectory was indicated, accurately blocking them was easier said than done. Such an action required extreme precision and skill to carry out. Not to mention the margin of error allowed was a damnable one. Stabbing Heart suddenly became speechless. Deflecting bullets with a weapon was like walking on a thread of wire high up in the sky. A single mishap would send you plummeting into the abyss. As if he was enjoying it, Shai Feng blocked the oncoming bullets over and over, whereas the bullets seemed to have a life of their own, intentionally avoiding Shai Feng's body as they flew past. Boss, that swordsman has run past 25 yards. He'll definitely pass the finish line at this rate. The male cleric's heart became a chaotic mess as he watched Shai Feng dance forward, sparks occasionally flashing in front of his body. I have eyes. I don't need you to remind me, Stabbing Heart said in annoyance. He was deeply drawn in by Shai Feng's actions. The moment Shai Feng went past 25 yards, "Die, challenger!" one of the gnomes at the finish line laughed. The gnome took out an automatic pistol, sending a wave of bullets towards Shai Feng. Suddenly the number of bullets increased to 24. Not only that, their distance from Shai Feng was a mere 5 yards. It was an unavoidable distance for players. "Hell, this is cheating!" Stabbing Heart unwillingly shouted. The other players became extremely nervous when they saw the scene and couldn't help but curse at the shamelessness of gnomes. Facing the hail of bullets, Shai Feng quickly turned grave. Although he had known about the second change at the 25-yard mark, even he would panic in the face of so many bullets. Shai Feng bent his knee, leaping forward like a leopard. He darted headfirst toward the area with the least amount of bullets, reducing the surface area of his body that would come into contact with the bullets. Following which he madly waved the novice sword, simultaneously creating 4 streaks of white light. Pang, 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 pang! After a series of sparks, Shai Feng's body passed through the storm of bullets. The moment his body was about to make contact with the ground, his free arm pressed forward. Shai Feng quickly stood up with all his might, rushing past the finish line like a bolt of lightning. Total time spent, 14 seconds. Estimated time, record time of 18 seconds for a copper prize broken. I'm not really used to this soft and weak body, Shai Feng silently lamented after passing through the finish line. If he was over level 100 with his body's constitution, he could easily carry out 4 simultaneous sword slashes with great ease. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. The swordsman has passed the challenge, the gnome administrator loudly announced. System. Player was the first to pass the copper challenge to break the record. Rewarding player with 1 silver coin and a swordsman skill, Thundering Flash. Can't be. It actually gave out a super rare skill, Thundering Flash. This is a skill that even swordsmen over level 100 can't get, Shai Feng thought as he was hallucinating. However, he was shocked when he saw Thundering Flash skill book inside his bag. Thundering Flash, action type, requires sword, rapidly send out 3 sword lights to 10 by 2 yard forward. Each hit will cause 130% damage. It will also give a damage amplifying effect, applying the damage of your following attacks by 20% for 15 seconds. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Without a second thought, Shai Feng clicked and learned the skill. Swordsman was a job that mainly focused on dealing damage to single targets and didn't have any powerful AoE skills. Thundering Flash was one of the few AoE skills the swordsman possessed. If it was learned during the early periods, it would definitely create a huge gap from the other swordsmen. After learning Thundering Flash, Shai Feng started to feel himself gain the makings of a swordsman. You guys continue playing, I'll be leaving first. Don't forget my 50 copper. Shai Feng looked toward the dumbfounded Stabbing Heart, leaving the black market after calling him out to them. Stabbing Heart indifferently nodded his head. Boss, he's gone. He took away the prize as well. Should we chase after him? The male cleric asked. Stabbing Heart's struck gradually faded as Shai Feng left. He stared at the male cleric, scolding, "Are you an idiot? We'll be lucky if we have time to curry up to such an expert swordsman. Making enemies of him? Are you courting death?" Not good, I have to tell this to the guild leader. Luckily, I added him as a friend. Is he called Yi Feng? I can't believe I have never heard of such an expert. Could he be some sword expert in disguise? Stabbing Heart acknowledged that he would not pass the challenge in such a magnificent way, especially the last bout after the 25-yard mark. That was just cheating. That was impossible for players to block or dodge, yet Shai Feng had done it. At the trade area, Shai Feng met with the potion master Kevin. He spent 120 coppers purchasing 20 exploding berry, instantly shrinking his wealth down to 30 coppers. However, he still spent it, all to level at the speed of a rocket. Shai Feng took the exploding berries and left Red Leaf's town, running westward. At that moment, all players were at level 0. All of them were killing level 0 monsters around Red Leaf Town. There were a few good technique killing level 1 baby wolves in the party, a warrior tanking at the front and a damage dealer and a healer behind, fighting together in an orderly manner. Although the XP was shared between several people, the efficiency was a lot higher and there were fewer competitors. However, Shai Feng did not plan to compete with these people. Passing through the level 1 monster area, followed by the level 3 monster area, Shai Feng headed straight toward Red Leaf Forest, a level 5 monster area. There were no players who would go there. There were still no players who dared challenge level 5 monsters at this stage of the game. Not only was the suppression due to the difference in levels, but there was a significant disparity in HP and attack power. A level 5 monster could easily steamroll over a level 1 player, even if a 6-man party was no match for a level 5 monster. There was a heavy penalty whenever a player died. Not only would they lose an entire level's worth of XP, but their skill proficiency would also decrease. There were simply no players who could take the risk, otherwise hours of their hard-earned XP and proficiency would become pointless.